Ah! This is as exciting as it gets on a Monday morning. That's a snap-on drop tester. If you don't know what a drop tester is, it does two things, this one in particular. This is very old though. This is back from like, probably the 1980s. Could be the 90s, I'm not even sure. It's lasted a long time. But it checks the battery to see if the battery's duff or not. And also, if you connected it to a car that was running, it will tell you if the alternator's charging. But anyway, this battery I believe to be duff. So we connect it to the positive and negative. And you see the little gauge here, it's reading 12 volt in the green. If I press that button, which puts load on the battery, there's some like pipes in there that will really heat up and start glowing red. If the battery was good, but I don't think this one is. If I press that button, boom! See how it's dropped right down there? It should stay in the green. At the very, you know, if it went into the yellow, it's suspect, but it's gone right down there, which shows it's completely knackered. Look, it's in the red now. That is screw-a-doodle-ood. It won't even heat up this. Oh, it is heating up a bit, but not a lot. I've left this battery to sit over the weekend. It started the car on the Friday, but I've left it over the weekend connected to the car. It's not got a drain in it or nothing. But yeah, every time we went to start the car, it's kind of like struggles to start. But that's just confirmed it. So, we need a new battery. The unfortunate thing is, this is for a stop-start button car. So basically, whatever that battery would have normally cost will now double the price. There you go. Cut. This is a common problem. Alley wheels stuck to the hub. Well, they obviously haven't been off in I don't know how long. That's tight. That's flipping tight. You can imagine having to change your wheel by the side of the road. You get all your wheel bolts taken out and you find that you still can't get your wheel off. We shall clean that up and put some gold grease around there so it at least doesn't stick again for a while. We've got an oil and filter change to do. I'll come to this later, but it's a bad one. Yes, indeedy. It's a 69 plate. That's 2019 Jeep Compass 2 litre diesel. I believe this is a version of the Italian engine that you will find in like Vauxhall Insignias. We're doing an oil and filter change. I've had to take the wheel arch liner out because the oil filter is shoved right at the back of the engine there. There's no room to get a socket up there because there's just no room basically. I can't get a spanner in the back. So with the wheel arch liner out, I could probably at least get something on it now to undo it. But what a pig of a place. And obviously it looks like they've got a little drain screw in there. So to drain the oil out. Yeah. Rather than let it piss all over the drive shaft boot. Well, at least it come undone. That's half the... there we go. Have we missed the bucket? No, we haven't. So we shall let that drain out, and when it stops draining, we'll see if we can undo the housing there and change the oil filter. By the way, Tyler, I know you're taking note, but as you see down here, I have all the tools laid out in order. I have all the parts we've taken off, like wheel bolts, all the screws and nuts for the wheel arch liner out of the way, because I've seen so many people in the past, they'll be working like here and they'll have all their nuts and bolts and tools all around this bit here where they're working, and it's just like a vegetable soup. It's like a mess, and they get confused where everything goes because it's just chaos. That's why I always say keep everything neat and tidy and in order. That's a 32mm spanner. That's a big one. Now I can actually get on the bloody oil filter. Flipping, what a flipping place to put it. I've done these on Insignias. It don't want to move. It's been done up tight. Ah, God, it moved. Thank God for that. But it's still draining out, so I'm going to make a mess, aren't I? I can see it coming, but I've got it loosened. That's the main thing. I will say that oil is pretty damn black. Yuck. So I've just completely loosened that oil filter housing, casing, lid, and it's still dripped all over the flipping drive shaft joint, so it's a case of a bit of brake cleaner, clean it all up. But that's just about ready to come out. Yeah. Yeah, my God. It's like it's pissing everywhere, and it's just dripping out of the drain screw. So what good that is, I don't know. What a mess. Anyway, I need to be able to get this out. Yuck, and it's left the oil filter behind, which is in there. Eee! Dirty. That only goes in one way, where the seal goes in bump like that. I'll tell you what I find bizarre. In the oil filter kit, you get a new O-ring for the housing lid, but there was also another 2 O-rings here which you have to manually put on the oil filter. I don't know why they couldn't have fitted them on the oil filter themselves at the factory, but anyway, whatever. I shall pop that in there and push it into place. Bingo. Oil filter's bolted in. That's the drain bung done. And lastly, my good friend, you know who. Yeah. There, that's the under tray refitted. All I can say, apart from let's go on wide angle, what a stupid place to put an oil filter. I'll tell you what, the old prop shaft on this, as it's 4-wheel drive, that is one long prop shaft, and it's only got 1 centre bearing. Flipping heck. Whoa. Yeah. I don't mind these old Jeep vehicles. I just don't like working on them. They're a bit of a pig. Anyway, the oil in this vehicle definitely needed changing. I mean, that is absolutely disgusting. That is not doing the engine any favours whatsoever, especially being a flipping diesel car. There, that's even wider. Look at that. Well, anyway, job's done. Clear the old tools up time, and tighten the locking wheel nut up. Jeep turbo diesel. Yeah, any Vauxhall fans out there, you will recognise this engine. That's that Italian engine, the 2-litre diesel that goes in the Insignias, without a doubt. The only thing is, fitted into this Jeep, it looks like most things you want to do is going to be a bit of a pig of a job, including, I did notice the alternator down the back of the engine underneath the high pressure fuel pump. That looks like a right job if you had to ever change that. So yeah, I think I'll just put the cover back on and shut the bonnet. We're replacing the downpipe on this lovely 3 Series BM 1993 convertible, leather seats. Nice car actually. The exhaust came off quite well. The 4 manifold nuts come undone. The 2 nuts and bolts down the other end were okay. One snapped, but no big deal. Only problem is the flipping lambda sensor, which chances are is the original back in the 90s, is refusing to come out. I've loosened it, but the threads keep going tight, really tight, and I get the feeling I'm going to strip the thread on this sensor taking it out. Well, yeah. God almighty. It tightens up. I've managed to loosen it a thread or so, half a turn, but it doesn't want to undo. So that's tightened it up again. If I come back the other way, it'll undo a little bit and then just lock up. Give it a bit of WD-40. It might penetrate the threads and help. Oh, that's it. We're out. That is screwed. There's no threads left. So, one new sensor required. And that is all that's wrong with this exhaust. We did say to the owner, look, someone's already had a stab at it, but this is where the gearbox bracket bolts onto the exhaust. And it was just, someone's tried tacking it up, but made a shitty job of it. We said we could weld it up if you like and put a plate on it, but they said, nope, we'll have a new exhaust on it. So, a new exhaust, they will get. It's crazy. Look at the size of that box for a gasket. Anyway, look at this. Oh, stuff all in that pocket. One shiny new exhaust. Holly. We shall popper it on the BMW. Yeah, I'd forgot to remove the old gasket. It's glittery. Look at that. Well, I shall clean this flange up. And then all we've really got for the back piece is like an olive joint. So that's straightforward. Splendid. Job's a good one, mate. Well, I guess while this car's on the ramp, we may as well have a quick look underneath. The exhaust is on. I'm still waiting for the old lambda sensor. I had a lot of difficulty finding one actually. Nobody, they seemed to be out of stock everywhere I went, but I've got one coming anyway. Small leak from the power steering pinion, I reckon. It's only to be expected though. I mean, this is 1993, Tyler. Yeah. Before you were even born. Sump is nice and clean. No engine oil leaks. What a nice car. This must be great in the summertime to have one of these, especially this is a classic now. Yeah. Lovely. I haven't seen any corrosion underneath. I mean, it's about bog standard, I reckon, and it's not bad for its age. It looks like it hasn't had a great deal of work done to it, but I should think it's been garaged for most of its life and it's been well looked after. I'm not keen on the black underseal look on the seals, but that used to be a thing anyway. But the bodywork's very good. They look like the genuine wheels from the factory. Yeah. Well, I'll bring it down and we'll have a quick look inside it. It's certainly been a while since I've seen a bonnet flip up this way. Damn. This was when BMW actually had a cam belt. I do believe that is a rubber cam belt fitted in that engine. The old 318. Brings back memories. I have done rockers, hydraulic tappets, cam belts. Oh yeah, I'm going back a long time now. But what a lovely little car. That's an 1800cc engine. The old airflow meter. Yeah, they were always a heap of trouble. Fuse box. But yeah, I like it. I absolutely like it. Leather seats. Let me put it on widescreen. Oh my God, Tyler! Tyler! Do you know what that is? Do you? Do you know what it is?
Cassette tape.
A cassette tape?
Yes.
That's what we used to have to listen to. We used to record songs on these, or you buy them like with pre-fitted songs, and there you go. That's a cassette player.
You can tell the person who owns this is very classy.
Yeah, that was the technology of the day, you know. This car's lovely. It's got a, I don't know if you noticed, it's got a little top tint there. I used to have that on my Cortina. The top tints were a thing. You had to have a top tint if you had a nice car.
I want to get a sunstrip.
Yeah, and when you can buy a sunstrip, but I mean, it wasn't the same as having a proper top tint. Oh, look at that. That's a bit of a letdown, isn't it? As the dash is cracked. Yeah. But anyway, it's lovely, isn't it? You can imagine this.
It's quite a step up from my Mini.
You get 4 women in this with their hair all blowing in the wind, roof down, sun shining. What a car to be seen in, eh? Fantastic. You like this, didn't you? Because you're a convertible type of person, aren't you?
I have a convertible doesn't mean I'm a convertible person. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. It makes a change having something like this come in here. It really does. It's like, especially for me, because I'm that old that I remember these days. And it's kind of like sentimental. Nostalgia, that's the word for it. Go on then, Tyler. Bark her up. Yeah. There's a particular sound these cars make. I know that sound. Off you go. Oh. Sounds great. Just go straight. Don't fall in the middle of the ramp. He's loving it. Fly boy. It does sound nice. For a standard BMW, it's got quite a nice note to the exhaust. Even Tyler's been well impressed. You like?
Like it. Car.
I thought I'd go through this rather than just fling this brake caliper in the bin. But this is off a 2018, I believe, Ford Cougar. The passenger rear brake caliper was C-solid. The brake disc was like blue where it got so hot. And I could hardly turn the wheel at all. So we've replaced this brake caliper because this one's faulty. And I thought, I'll take it apart quickly because as on certain cars that I've discovered, like Skodas, Volkswagen, Audis, quite newish cars, they are dealer locked, so you can't retract the electronic motor here to change the rear brake pads, and that's a problem. But on some of these cars, even if you haven't got an electronic scanner or something to retract and put these calipers into service mode, you can do it manually. So there's like two little Allen key screws on the back of the caliper that you take out. You pull the motor off, put that to one side, and you've got a spindle at the back here. And all you do is, if I turn this anti-clockwise, it might differ depending what car you've got. You see the piston there. If I put these on it so I can get a bit better. If I turn it anti-clockwise, you see it's pushing the piston out. So that's the wrong way. You see, if I wanted to push this piston back, the reason why these are done electronically, it retracts this spindle so you can push the piston in. But you can't do that. Without this retracted, you can't push the piston in. It's locked solid. So what you do is you get your fingers on the back of this spindle and you keep spinning it round and round clockwise until it comes to its stop. That's as far as it will go. Now I can get my lever bar and push the piston all the way back as far as it will go. That's it. All you do now, fit your new brake pads, put it all back together, put the motor back on, do not touch this spindle anymore, and then once it's all connected back together, you don't touch the foot brake in the car, you just switch ignition on and you put the handbrake on. And that's it. It will reset itself. So nice Ford Focus you got there, Tyler.
Yeah,
ST line.
EcoBoost hybrid, unfortunately.
Well, we know it's an EcoBoost, but you know, if you look after it, hopefully it won't go boom. Anyway, what I'm teaching.
What is ST?
Yeah, it's got nice trim and everything. I think it is sports trim, you know. But what I'm teaching Tyler here is an important thing to know, and this is especially true when you're doing MOT tests, is that you have a start point and you have an end point. So you start in the driver's seat, you check all the switches and controls, driver's seat for security, seat belt, window, you work everything that you can from the driver's seat, then you get out and you work your way around. You check the rear doors for operation inside and out on the handles, that the rear window switches work. You're checking the bodywork as you go around. You're then checking inside the tailgate for spare wheel jack, wheel brace, anything that you see is wrong. Check it's got a fuel cap, if it has one, it doesn't. And then you carry on all the way around. And then you've got your wiper blades to check. And as you work your way around the car, doing it in an orderly routine, there's lesser chance of you actually missing something. That's the point. Because I'll tell you something now, Tyler, which is very important to note. When somebody has their car serviced, the things that they'll notice the most will be things like the washer jets are hitting the screen in the correct place if they weren't to start with. It'll be the silly little things, the simple things. These are actually good, but if they were misaligned, you would align them washer jets so the next time they use them they'll say, yeah, my car's definitely been serviced properly. Anyway, carry on. Well, guess what we got here? This is an electric car and I'm going for a ride in it. I've just had to do a puncture repair on the back tyre, but what the funny thing was, we're moving.
I know, I don't like it, I can't hear it.
Oh, let's turn the camera around.
Sounds like a fucking spaceship.
This is Tesla something model, I don't know what model it is, but the woman parked it outside and we thought, oh, let's put it on the ramp, and it's like, right, how'd you start it? I don't want to act thick here, but you know, we get many of these here. And we're looking at this display it has on it. And obviously you've got to have a PIN number. But when you phone the woman to get the PIN number so you can start the car, what's that saying?
Look, it's all the cars.
Oh, it's
That's well cool.
the flipping display is showing a picture of all the cars in the sales lot.
And that one that just passed. That's quite cool, actually. Like
Flipping
that.
heck.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
But yeah, she started the car with her mobile phone from miles away. So when you went to get in this car, it's already, oh my God.
Oh, we weren't speeding, we were only doing 40. It just gets there very quickly.
Yeah, these things are flipping. But yeah, she started the car with a mobile phone. You got in the car and you thought, well, it's running. It's mad.
Yeah, she's like on a train.
Yeah.
She's on a train and she started the car from wherever she is. I got in it and it was just running.
I tell you what, you've got all the pleasure of these things later on. There's going to be more and more of them on the road.
Yeah.
It's you really need to, whoa. You know when the car takes off and it knocks your stomach back. That's the kind of feeling you get. They're rapid. I've seen these at traffic lights. They go boom. They're gone. They leave other cars behind. Wow. Woo! it's kind of exhilarating, really.
Yeah, but it doesn't make the right noises.
No, obviously. Well, I should think one day they'll be coming out with, you know, like some cars, they have buttons on the dash. You can do the decibels and the exhaust. Oh, it's certainly rapid, I must say. Anyway, that's my little ride in a Tesla. It's been okay. I'm not sure, I prefer an engine pop, really, myself. I'm not sure I could ever get used to one of these, but it's been fun. Car! This is a Mercedes C320. In actual fact, what flipping year is it? It's a 08 plate. Number one, you've got to test the bottom ball joints, these arms, very carefully. Normally just by rocking them you wouldn't know there's nothing wrong with the ball joints. But you see this arm here, if I put the bar between that arm and the bolt there where the brake caliper is, can you zoom in on that? You've got a zoom function on the phone, you know.
God.
Flipping heck, I thought Gen Z would know how to use the iPhone.
Yep.
But look, see that?
Ooh.
See that?
Yeah.
Bump, bump, bump. Anyway, more to the point, come with me. Big recall at Mercedes. This is a warranty job, okay, even though it's no plate. It's a recall in these cars. I don't know whether you can show this, but up there, at the back of the subframe, there's a big hole in the subframe. Where it's rotted out.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yep, up there.
Big gash.
So that is a common thing. I was told that. I would have not normally noticed that. I wouldn't have pulled that panel down and really looked up there, but I was told about that. So now I know about it. We've found a few. And the Mercedes are taking these back and they will replace the whole rear subframe free of charge because they're a fault. I just thought I'd let you know that. Any Mercedes owners out there? Now you know. Well, I'm just doing a small service on a Dacia, whatever. Sandero is what it is. I've never really had anything to do with one of these cars until today. So I've been all round it and I'm kind of thinking to myself, yeah, you kind of really do get what you pay for these days, don't you? But who am I to criticise? It's a cheap car, probably very good on fuel, cheap insurance. In this cost of living crisis we're having, what's not to like? You just don't expect to have much street cred or put any birds in that. And with that, I will say goodbye for this video. I have nothing more to share with you. In the next one, see you later. Adios.